So it's been a long ass time since I've done something like this, but the insomnia is kicking in pretty bad. So I figure I'll take advantage of this time. Um, for the longest, the title of, well, the name of this, I guess, whatever you want to call it, has always been The Miseducation of an Aquas Girl. And to be honest, that was my moniker for fucking years. Um, Now it's kind of changed. Even though it's HV, it's still the word honeycomb. It's just I'm a completely different person today as opposed to when I originally started this Tumblr. And the majority of what my Tumblr's been for the last shit 3, 4, possibly 5 years is just shit that I've shared to Instagram and Facebook and Twitter also gets shared over here. So this can kind of go towards being my outlet again. For the longest time, I have not done the work, and we all know what that means. I'm not perfect. I've never said that I am. I've never tried to make it seem that I am. But I'm very fair in the sense to where if I give you a chance and an opportunity to be in my life and you fuck that shit up, whatever happens to you, bro, that's on you. Because I don't want to say I'm the best thing ever, but I'm probably one of the most easygoing, down to earth, pleasable people. It does not take much. I'm not that bitch that stands there with their hand out. I won't ask for shit. Every serious relationship I've ever been in, there has always been multiple arguments about the fact that I will not ask for anything or I won't take anything. Just because, good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent, my mother instilled in me that irregardless of whoever's around, you are still responsible for you. You are still responsible for your shit. You are still responsible for your people. So I feel like I don't want a motherfucker to break bread on me, but I need to know that you can. I need to know if some shit goes crazy and I be like, hey, I need you to take care of something. It's not a problem. And I don't have to hear when when am I going to get it back? But on the flip side, I would never open my mouth and ask for that. So it's like I'm a contradiction, I know, but I'm still like super super decent and easy to deal with. Um, I'm going through a very weird transitional point in my little self right now. I've come to realize some things about myself in the last, I'd say, 6 months that I would have never thought about. 2 years ago, I made the decision to go natural. Now, let me first say, before I made this decision, I used to think about people that went natural as like, oh my God, can that bitch just comb her hair? It is not that serious. You're just making a decision to not fucking get a perm. It is so much more than that. And I apologize now because I am that person. And with me going natural, that meant that I'm not going to use any chemicals on my hair. I don't really fuck with heat too much. I mean, like maybe once every 3, 4 months will I wash, deep condition, and blow dry and flat iron. That's once every 3 or 4 months maybe. And that's generally just to get a very, very accurate length check to see what I look like, edges, not edges, ends and all that shit. But anyways. But I had to find a very natural, herbal way to do shit. So, like, I don't use shit that has sulfates in it. I don't like anything that had, like, all my, like, any gel that I use, alcohol free. I like all natural shit. And in doing that, it made me do some research on essential oils. Whoa. Yeah, it made me do some research on essential oils. And after I did that research on essential oils, it got me into reading about aromatherapy, and it got me to reading about kinesiology. And then that, of course, threw me back into my old psychology favorite and just kind of took me all over the place. And I kind of learned some things about myself. I've not learned, but I've acknowledged some things about myself. I'm an exhibitionist. Um, I'm a nudist. Like, people that know me, I don't ever have on clothes. And I'm not saying I walk around my house in front of my kids butt ass naked. No, not at all. But especially during the summertime, when I come home, I take care of everything that needs to be taken care of out in the outside world. And after that, I come in my room, I take off my clothes. I'm completely naked 10 times out of 10 in here, unless there's somebody in the house. Just chilling, and I'm comfortable. Now, I'm not saying I'm a size fucking 2. No, no, no. I got a fat chunky ass. I got some thick ass thighs. But I'm comfortable in that skin. You know what I'm saying? So I don't trip too much. It's not like, oh my God, I can't breathe. Oh my God, I can't eat. Fuck all the dumb shit. I've given birth to 3 kids. Some people stayed tiny. I didn't. That's just the fucking luck of the draw. But so with that exhibitionism, I learned about, or I acknowledged my nudism isms, whatever you want to call them. But I also kind of figured out I'm into voyeurism a little bit. I smoke. I've always smoked. Well, I don't anymore. Well, I mean, it is what it is. I seriously just kind of understand that at this particular point, I feel like I'm a black hippie. In the last 6 months, I have also delved into socioeconomics, social political shit, and just looking at a lot of things. And what I've come to realize is that a lot of things are race related, but they're not at the same time. And it's just, you have to pay attention. Because on both sides of everything that's going on right now, you've got motherfuckers egging shit on. But with me seeing all of that, it does nothing but make me want to detach. Like, almost completely detach. I don't want to say from life or from the world, but just to cut myself off. Like, one of the best things I could have ever done, and I know this sounds retarded, one of the best things I could have ever done was cancel my cable. Now, we still have access to all the shows we want to watch because I have Fire Sticks in the house. You know what I'm saying? So, everything in the theaters, boom, got that. Everything that's on TV, boom, got that. Anything you can think of that's not even on that fucking air anymore, got that. There was this show that I used to watch about this little boy who had a robot sister named Vicky called Small Wonder. I'm sorry. It's on there. La Femme Nikita. It's on there. Silk Stockings. I mean, just, Highlander. Anything you could think of. Anyway, I digress. But one of the best things that I could have done was to cancel my cable and my satellite. Because I don't get to watch the news anymore. The only time I really watch the news is little snippets of CNN or whatever's on when I'm at work. I don't watch the news anymore. Why? Because the news just feeds you what they want you to know. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember exactly what the bullshit, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't remember what the bullshit story was about, that the news was, they were actually verbally saying something about it. But on the ticker at the bottom of the screen, it said some shit like 11 people just killed and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, you're talking about bullshit. 11 people just died at one time. That's a fucking story. I hear a lot of people talk about, getting in touch with, your spiritual side. And to an essence, I think that I am. I think that I do. I just do it slightly different than others. I don't I'm not one of those people. I don't get up. I don't go to church on Sunday. Every Sunday, that's not my deal. I have a different kind of relationship with God. I don't have to sit and quantify it for anyone, as I would not expect for anyone to have to justify to me, why they feel what they feel. But just looking at a lot of things and seeing how things are playing out in the world, in the media, and looking at how gullible people are, it's disgusting. And an example that I will use, that a lot of people are using right now, is Donald Trump. Now, I think he's an idiot. I seriously think that this is a big joke for him. He is someone known for, if he doesn't get his way in a particular situation, business deal, whatever the case may be, he walks away. Like, I don't understand how anybody is going to want someone who has the potential to just get up and walk away because they don't get their way on some shit. Run shit. Like, that makes no fucking sense. And the worst part about it, it's one thing if you do that to a company, because, shit, you go under, you go under. You know what I'm saying? But when you do that to fucking the free world, no, bro. No. And it's like, you look at that jackass, but then look at everything surrounding him. Like, his own people are doing what they can to distance themselves from the things that he says. I did pay attention to the Republican National Convention when they were calling out the delegates. There were a whole bunch of his own people that did not want to give him the nomination. That's sad. Now, let's be honest. Hillary Clinton, this bitch, it's a lot. It's a lot. On one hand, you have to look at, I can't say what she stands for. I can say who she stood next to. Now, a lot of the things and a lot of the people pleasing issues, the people tactics and shit like that Bill Clinton achieved and did well at were because of his wife's influence. But at the same point in time, you still got to look at him and what he has coming to the table. She's got a lot of fucking issues herself. You can't tell a motherfucker what they gonna do because it's what they have to do, and then turn around and do exactly what you've told them not to do, and then get pissed off because people don't necessarily want to stand up and try to lie for you. You can't get to this particular point in your political career knowing that you have ambitions, knowing that you have intentions on trying to move in a certain direction. And even as a young woman, not ever thinking that this was something, because to be honest, at one point in time, nobody ever thought this was a viable option. But even as a young woman coming up, before you even got into the political aspect of your career, knowing that this is something that you want to look for, you cannot make derogatory and fucking inflammatory statements such as calling children super predators and then try to make it seem like it wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have a dickhead and this bitch. To be honest, who I'm really upset is not still in this fucking thing is fucking Bernie. I understand that people were concerned with his age, but he was concerned with real life shit because you know what? He gets it. A lot of people my age, mid to late 30s, some of us are in our 40s depending on, who and where we are. But, we should have a different mindset right now. As I said, we're in our mid to late 30s, early 40s. We are not children. We have children. We are fucking middle-aged at this point. I'm going to be 34 years old. Technically, I am middle-aged. So, we have to start looking at long-term, long run, because the shit that's going on right now has nothing to do with us. It's not for us. It's for our kids. So, again, me saying shit like this, I have gone through an awakening period in the last 6 months. Not only in here, but also in my heart. And I've just come to a point to where I will no longer settle. And so, in the sense when I say I will no longer settle, knowledge is fucking, it's sounds cliche, but knowledge is power. It's power. And I won't settle for not having all the knowledge on the planet, because with everything that's going on, the social and political climate that we have, you are, when I say you, I mean I, ourselves, we are the only things that stand between us and our destiny, and our destiny is what we make of it. So I have decided that I'm going back to school. I am going to look into studying in the fields of kinesiology. Just because I have a very crisp and clear view of how in tune I already was into a lot of things without knowing it, and how much more in tune I'd like to be. Growing up, I hope that my daughters learn about homeopathic methods, aromatherapy, kinesiology, physiology, psychology. Not everything is what you can touch. I feel a sense of connectedness with, I don't want to say well, maybe I can say the universe, but I feel a sense of connectedness with something that gives me something that gives me the hope that I'm on the right path to where I should be. Whenever you feel like a person in your life who's supposed to be a part of your life becomes a responsibility, becomes a burden, becomes an obligation, it's almost like it's an addiction. And that person is your addiction. And I had to realize that there are toxic people that disguise themselves as good people. And the majority of the time, those people are the closest people to you. They could be your mother. They could be your best friend. Or they could be the person that sleeps in the bed with you next to you every night. So, realizing those patterns made it to where I got rid of a lot of shit, and with that came a person who I thought was not someone that I thought would never not be a part of my life. But now that that person is gone, I just feel a weight lifted off of my shoulders. I have 3 children. I don't have 4. I won't have 4. Grown people, I can't. So, This will be used more for this. It'll be a lot more constructed the next time. I just have insomnia right now. I can't really sleep too well. I'm trying to doze off. I have to be up at like 7:30, 7:45, and it's like, what time is it? I don't know. I can't get to my clock. It's a something o'clock. It's after 3. So, yes, these will be more constructed going forward, and this is probably where I'm going to do a lot of my ramblings. But this black hippiness that I feel, I'm getting ready to start doing some serious reading into things about meditation and probably start doing yoga and Pilates again. More so Pilates because I want the long lean. But anyway, I digress. For anybody that does watch this, thank you. If not, it's strictly just for me. I need a visual aspect of who and what I am at this moment. You know, I need to be able to see in real time what it is I'm putting out. So therefore, I have visuals as to steps and my progression line. Good night.